Good day, fellow Nigerians. You are welcome to this broadcast about the 2023 election and the party manifestos, and specifically about the Labour Party, our Datti Manifesto that was released recently. We have taken our time to look at it, and we want to thank God because for the very first time, we have a presidential candidate that painstakingly sat with his team to come up with a document that they have all, signed and all agreed. Is actually, when you look at this document, you will really know that it's a time for a change. The true change has just is about to begin in Nigeria. The 62-page manifesto of the Labour Party, which is captioned, it is possible. Our pact with Nigeria. I know the word pact is the word that stands for a formal agreement. So, and you see that at the beginning point, the Datti, Labour Party presidential candidate they have agreed on 7 key areas, 7 points agenda, what they intend to do in order to transform our nation, Nigeria. I just love the way he say it is possible. Our pact with Nigeria. So it's possible to. Nigeria is not irredeemable. Nigeria can be redeemed. Despite the ruin, despite the devastation, in all-round devastation, Nigeria can still be rebuilt. And the 7-point, agenda of the Labour Party, number 1 is security. Their first area of focus is security. They promise to secure Nigerians, to make Nigerians secure and unite Nigeria. The first thing they want, that P2B and Datti Ababa Ahmed are committed to doing with their team is what? Is to secure and unite Nigeria. The second thing is to transform Nigeria from a consumption to a production nation. The third thing that they agreed to do as a team is what? Is institutional reform. They intend to reform the various institutions of Nigeria so that Nigeria can work again. That is the third thing. The fourth thing is that is what we call industrial. They call industrial revolution. They want to move Nigeria to the 4th industrial revolution. That is what they intend to do, to revolutionize our dead and moribund, industrial sector. I watched Professor Pato talking on that, and I was so happy the way he approached it. Nigeria began as a production nation, but today Nigeria is a consuming nation. So Professor Pato being one of the brain behind Labour Party and P2B movement, we have given us his word. We have heard him speak, and P2B himself, spoke about what he intends to do. Then the 5th thing on that on the agenda is infrastructural development. They want to develop infrastructure. Not only will they revolutionize our industrial sector, infrastructures also must be developed, speed development. And then the 6th one is human capital development. So not only will infrastructure be developed, human capital also must be developed. So, and he has outlined in the manifesto how they intend to do this, how they intend to develop human capital, how they intend to develop the youth, educate through healthcare, through educational, and a lot of things, are to be in place. Then the 7th on the point is what they call robust foreign policy to move Nigeria forward. Robust foreign policy that will move the nation Nigeria forward. When you look deep into the constitution, I listed some points that I want us to take note. One of the things that the constitution, the manifesto captures is the issue of moving Nigeria from consumption to production, like I earlier said, is the issue of what? Of ending banditry and securing and uniting Nigeria. So they have taken a vow. They have promised us, previous government, they will just write a manifesto like what happened even in the current, preparation for 2023 election. The APC, the PDP, most of those parties, they just write something and give them. And we heard when Buhari came to power, and then when people began asking, but this is what you promised. So they say, no, it is not me that promised, it is my party. They don't even know about it because a lot of presidential candidates and politicians in Nigeria don't even know the content of their manifesto. The Labour Party manifesto delayed because P2B was involved in it. He doesn't want something that will come out and then at the long run he said, I didn't know about it. So it's so you can see that everything about the Labour Party and P2B is completely divine. It's completely God. It's a different board game. It's not like the like other politicians or other party. So this is something new. And that is the more reason why every Nigerian must be committed to supporting and mobilizing and voting and ensuring that P2B is enthroned and also defending our vote. Apart from fighting insecurity and banditry, the P2B, Obidati, Labour Party intend to also to restructure, to restructure, the polity of Nigeria through effective legal, institutions and legal reforms. They intend to restructure the polities through effective, legal reforms and also to reform the various institutions. So there's going to be legal reforms, there's going to be institutional reforms in Nigeria that will actually bring us, and then they have taken a vow that rule of law is going to be restored to Nigeria, because Nigeria has been a lawless nation. No rule of law. So they have promised to restore and to restructure Nigeria to be able to reflect rule of law, and institutions also will be reformed. And then one other thing I should note again is that there is going to be entrenchment. Look, I've also said this: rule of law will be entrenched in the nation. Then there's going to be aggressive fight against corruption. They have vowed, P2B, Obidati, Labour Party have vowed to aggressively fight against corruption. And you believe me that one of the cankerworm eating Nigeria today is corruption. So P2B's and Obidati team are going to fight. And if you know their track record, they are people who have no tolerance for corruption. So it's going to be all-out war against corruption by Obidati when we vote them in. Anybody who doesn't support them, then means that you want this old Nigeria to continue. It's actually about the new Nigeria. It's about agenda. They say the new Nigeria is possible. That is what they are coming to do. Not only are they going to fight corruption, they will also promise to reduce costs of governance. There is excessive waste. Imagine an ex-governor is collecting almost 700 million in a year. 700 million. One man collecting a year. So how much is left for the state budget? It's horrible. I watched the presentation where they were analyzing some people collecting 500 million every year. One governor. So if a state have 4 or 5 governors who have ruled, if each of them collect 500 million each, so what is left for what is left to develop the state? So meaning if you have 4 ex-governors, then if they are collecting 500 million, it means that every year, it means that they are collecting 2 billion from the state budget in a year. That is too much. That is barbaric. And these are the things that P2B promised to, to reduce. He promised to reduce the cost of governance is too much. There is excessive waste. It's a horrible situation in our nation. So this government is going to take care of this excessive waste and this cumbersome and this waste mania governance system in Nigeria. Then the 17th on my list here, that they promise to do also is to establish honest and effective civil service. Honest and effective civil service, because for the first time a civil servant is going to have that. When you work, a civil servant will be paid well. Not like before, that they pay them peanuts and they leave office with nothing, no house, no accommodation, nothing. So they have to steal. I've watched maybe talk about this in himself. They have to steal in order to save something for themselves. So, but P2B is promised to establish a honest and effective civil service structure. So civil service in Nigeria is going to be honest and effective, because you know that when you have served effectively, you'll be rewarded. Like the case of P2B mentioned of a woman who served effectively, and then when he was returned, he had nothing, no house. And P2B has to carry the land that was supposed to be allocated to him and give it to that person who has served the government faithfully by the testimony of all. Amen. And then he also, number 8, he also promised to leapfrog Nigeria into what is called the 4th Industrial Revolution. Very glorious thing. So talking about moving Nigeria from what? From consumption to production, which he has promised us. Then the 19th I capture here from my, browsing through, the manifesto is that you're going to build a world-class infrastructure. To build world-class infrastructure that is going to include, the power sector. One of the major, first focus of P2B is to move our power sector from where it is to generating enough that will be able to take care of us that were. Because for small and medium scale industry to survive, which is part of what the P2B intend to do, then there must be power. Power is key to economic development. So he's going to leapfrog Nigeria, build world-class infrastructure, power infrastructure, rail infrastructure, road infrastructure, air transport infrastructure, and then pipeline, and then through, and he has said it that it's going to be through public-private partnership. Public-private partnership, PPP, is what he intends to use, and then also look for a way of doing this thing. So it's all captured in the manifesto. Number 10 thing I captured here is to enhance human capital development among Nigerian youth. to what? To invest in human, to enhance human capital development of Nigerian youth. Amen. So for what? For production. That is going to invest into educational investment, healthcare investment. So it's going to be a government that will be, will be focused on human capital development, healthcare development, into production, agricultural revolution, industrial, revolution. So it's a whole lot of things. And corruption, who has been the cacao of Nigeria, will be fought during the P2B regime. And then also it's going to, move Nigerian forward. There will be rule of law. Because Nigeria, for over the years, has been more or less like a lawless nation. And they intend to protect the rights of Nigerians in the diaspora, talking about foreign policy. So Nigerian diaspora, we at this point feel that they are from a nation that cares for them. No longer will our people be bullied and be manhandled in the nations. So Nigerians are going to be proud of their nation everywhere they are. I want to encourage us looking at this manifesto. We have never had it this way. So these are more reasons why all of us must join our hands together to vote for P2B of the Labour Party and make sure that P2B is enthroned. Part of the slide I use here is from one of the, the OB support group from one of this other country. I want to thank you. I've used your materials, and I've also used what was provided by the Labour Party in their manifesto to, to be able to allow us to see all this. So God bless us. Please, let's all be involved. Let's be sacrificial. Let's not look at the immediate gain. Let's look at where we are going to. There is no other person who is as capable, who is as competent, who has the integrity, who can be trusted. Because what the international community want is a man that they can trust. If they can see good governance in Nigeria, then everything will change. So it doesn't matter how rotten, how battered, how chartered Nigeria is. Nigeria it's still possible to build a new Nigeria, because it's all about building a new Nigeria through Labour Party and through Datti campaign. The Lord bless all Nigerians. Please don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel and they follow us on our Facebook page. And then also, please let this message go viral so that people can know why you have to vote for P2B. Why Labour Party? Now, this is the most robust, and this is the first time that a presidential aspirant is sitting down with his team to draft a document that they have pledged allegiance, they have made a commitment. P2B say, hold me responsible, hold me and Datti responsible. Hold me and Datti responsible if you don't perform. This is the first time the president tells us that, hold me by my word. Even the manifesto, he didn't want. He said, let me tell you what I want to do, not what people know, not what people write for me. This is what I want to do. You can hold me accountable and hold me responsible. So let's join hands together, vote P2B, vote senators and House of Representatives that will come and join hands with you. Don't vote people that will come and fight him. Votes will be, vote governors that will stand by him, vote senators that will join in this thing.